Hey guys, Desmond here,
And Cretia.
and welcome back to the channel, the Unapologetically Honest channel, the channel that you love so much that you're going to stop right now and subscribe to. Come on. This channel is growing and we really do appreciate all the love. Today, we are here to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 7, Episode 6, the MTV TRL Girl Groups. Now, I don't know about you, but I tuned in faithfully to TRL every day.
Not so much.
Listen, you know how I love a good count, and I blame shows like TRL, 106 in Park, although because I love to rank some stuff. You know I love it.
Obviously, we do this show.
But I rank lip syncs of the season. I rank this, I rank that. Like, it's just, I love ranking things. And I think it's because of shows like TRL 106 in Park. Because I ran home. I rode the bus. But we rode fastly to get home and watch TRL and 106 in Park. And we would have to record TRL because it would still come on while the bus was still on. So we would come home, watch the recording of TRL, and then we finish that just in time for 106 in Park to start. I mean, we didn't play. We had that down. Anyway.
I had to make sure my homework was done.
Oh, I'm not mad. But yeah, let me go ahead and share this screen so we can get into this because, why is the Canada Drag Race ladies popping up? Here we go. All right. So, a little recap from last week. Jinx Monsoon and Raja were the top two legends of the week. Raja and Jinx won a legendary legend star. They had a lip sync. It was there.
Yeah, it was a lip sync.
Jinx survived it. And she blocked the Vivian. Side note, hey Vivian, thank you for checking out the video, honey. We appreciate the love.
Yes.
But we go back into the episode, this week's episode. They're back in, and Raja's just so excited that she finally got her legendary legend star. Honestly, this should be her third one if we want to be real. But I'm gonna be quiet. Anyway.
Be quiet. We're gonna be quiet.
They also gave a congratulations to Miss Jinx for winning her legendary legend star. And then the block diva comes in, and that is the Vivian. And I love how she has the plunger in the back of her dress. Because when she first walked in, I'm like, wait, where's the plunger? I'm like, is the plunger over? Like, is that the last week of the plunger? Like, what's going on? We are officially at the halfway point of this competition. I'm like, is there another twist we don't know? But no, it was behind her.
So do you know the secrets of the plunger now?
Oh goodness. And that's where we are right here in Trinity. And I'm glad she played along because I thought she wasn't.
Right.
I thought she was gonna pop that bubble. So like, but she didn't. She went along. She went along with it. I imagine they're gonna keep going along with it until everybody is eventually blocked.
It knows that there's not shit going on.
Oh, but that would be something severe if you can make it through this whole competition without being blocked. So far, that's Jada, Evie. I think everybody else has been blocked. Monet has. Shay has. Has. Viv has. Raja has not. So Raja, Evie, or Jada. See if they can make it to the end without being blocked. But because they were the winner, they received 2 legendary legend stars, which I'll be kind of salty because like, why can't I keep them both? But hey, they got to give one away.
Right.
They're discussing who they possibly could give it to. We enter the next day in the workroom. They talk about Raja's ensemble.
Yes.
And as soon as they get into the conversation, RuPaul enters the workroom.
In some normal clothes.
In some normal clothes, honey. But they didn't give him a full body shot other than him going down the steps, and it made his legs look weird, so I cut that screenshot out. But yeah, RuPaul enters the room, and says it is now time for the queens to reveal who they would give their legendary legend star to. So if you were Jinx, who would you given the legendary legend star to?
The people they gave them to, Evie and to Jada.
I would
honestly,
I would give it to Evie and be like, yeah, she's the one without. But say if the other queen went before me, honestly, I would have gave it to Trinity. And here's why. I am a big person of what goes around comes around. We're going to put good energy out there. And I'm also very big on you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And Trinity has shown, especially in the last design challenge, that she is willing to work with everybody. So especially if I was Jinx, I'll be like, girl, you helped me walk out in something decent. So for scratching my back, I'm finna scratch yours. Here's you another star.
Especially since she did get jerked out of one.
Yeah. So that would have been me if I was in Jinx's position. I would have gave it to Trinity, especially knowing that she helped me so much. But at the same time, I'm happy for Jada. I'm happy for Evie. But that's what these next few screenshots are. Raja chose Evie. Jinx chose Jada. So RuPaul then announces that this week's Maxi challenge is a Y2K girl group extravaganza, where they have to form two groups and they are given two different songs, Titanic and, what's the name of the other one? Together Forever. There it is.
Together Forever.
Together Forever. And Together Forever. I really thought it was going to be a reference to that. But yeah, here's the MTV TRL. And right off the jump, Raja, it looked like pretty much Raja led it, but she basically said, hey, we're here together. We should team together. Part of me like, okay, that does make sense. The way we're lined up would be a good way to, form a team. But at the time, I would be like Viv, and hold on, let's get to the couch, honey, because Viv was not with it.
No.
At all. And here's the thing. I understood her 100% right here, because do not take me out of the conversation. Now, granted, we could have discussed and you would have been like, well, hey, I think we should be teamed up this way because it's how we, include me in the conversation. Don't just make the decision and now I have to go with it. Like, no. So I felt her on that, baby. But she better than me because I felt like she wanted the Titanic song. I would have fought to be in it just to mess up the group that they already established. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, I want to be in y'all's group. No. But she didn't do that. She did not do that. They sat there and...
Honestly, I'm glad she didn't.
Yeah. And then Jinx suggested, well, how about whoever wants to do Titanic be on this couch? If you want to do Together Forever, come on this couch. And they pretty much ended up with how they broke up. But as you can see here, Vivian still ain't having it, as she shouldn't. I would have, me personally, I'm Petty Betty.
Yeah.
I would have fought to somehow replace one of them because you're not finna determine what group I'm finna be in.
Right.
Number one. I would have been like, I don't know which one of y'all gonna come out that group, but I'm finna do Titanic. Yeah, come on, move. And side note, you can see Trinity's Dolly look right here.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. I caught that when I took the screenshot. I'm like, now come on. Y'all basically gave us the outfit away here, which we didn't know was coming.
Exactly.
But I was like, I love looking in the background of all these and looking at the photos and seeing, oh, there's such and such look. Oh, there's such and such look. From that week, coming, watching the season back, be all like, oh, look, there's the outfit that we're going to see like 3-4 episodes down. But anyway. That's just something weird I like to do, especially when I'm rewatching a Drag Race season. I'll be like, oh, But anyway, they meet with Leland. They have a rehearsal. Let's get to the main stage. You like how just bloop, bloop, bloop? Let's move. Let's talk about RuPaul giving me very 80s here. Did you get 80s from this? Because I did.
I did with the hair.
It is
with the crimped hair. And the day glow yellow.
I remember these thighs and these hip legs.
Piece of fabric that she has on.
body, body, body. That's what that's giving me right there.
Okay.
Childish. I'm childish.
Yes.
We're joined by Miss Michelle Visage, looking lovely. I really love this look here on Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, oh Michelle, we look stunning today. You know, she always looks stunning, but she
They needed to carve out her chin a little bit more, but yes.
with that. I enjoyed this.
Yes.
Ross looking happy, healthy, you know, married. This is what happiness looks like on him, and you love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Don't he have a baby on the way?
I think so. And I did not know I was saying this po baby's name wrong for years.
Me too.
Apparently it's Tove Lu.
Tove Lu. I thought it was Tovlo.
I pronounced it as Tovlo all these years, but it's Tove Lu. And even on Twitter, she's like, this ain't news. And I'm like, well, why haven't you corrected nobody?
Okay.
I've seen performances of yours where they introduced you as Tovlo. So why didn't you say it's Tove Lu?
It's Tove Lu.
Tove Lu?
Did you think it was like a translation thing or?
I don't know. I do not know.
Because even when she did that whole duet with Nick Jonas, I was like, Tovlo? Who's Tovlo?
That was a song, right?
Yes, it was.
Come on, close. Anyway, she has a new song out called "No One Dies from Love." Y'all go check it out. Like I am obsessed with it. It is. Hold on, I'm finna pull up me Spotty right now because you know how
Miss
it tracks my music. It is number 3 of my most played on repeat is what the playlist is called. But it's number 3 on there under That's Hilarious and Booty.
And what?
Booty.
Booty.
You know that new Saucy Santana song?
Booty, 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 booty.
Ass like this.
Somebody's been watching too much TikTok.
I am obsessed with that song. As soon as it dropped, I'm talking
Hi, Tyshawn and Christian.
like I am so scared to see how high it's going to be at the end of the year with my Spotify Wrapped. I already know it's going to be up there, and it's only June.
Jesus.
It's only been out like a week, and I swear that's all I've listened to. But anyway.
I want to see you shake your booty, 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 booty.
I ain't got nothing to shake though. But anyway, back to Tove Lu. Welcome. And again, another great guest judge. Like they've been pulling out some great people. They're fans of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like each judge we have, you can tell is a fan of the show, giving out great critiques. We need that more often. We don't just need somebody who's promoting a book or promoting.
I think when we get famous enough, they just gonna have you on the show. They're not gonna have me on the show, or they gonna have us on there together.
That would be cool if they start having people who actually review Drag Race, like maybe a Maddie Rants. Oh, I would love to see Maddie on there. But the way Maddie talks, I think Maddie eventually wants to be on the show. So maybe we need to see Maddie on the show first before we see him as a judge. Either way, I want Maddie on the show, period. But yeah, I would love to see people who review Drag Race as a guest judge on an episode. That would be an amazing, because you know,
at least once a season.
Yeah, because the reviewers are really part of the community as well. Like,
yes,
you just don't understand the reason why I really like. I've watched Drag Race, but the reason why I really got into Drag Race because I'm like, oh, there's other people who watch. Well, let me see what this person's thinking. Oh, let me see what this person's thinking. And
the difference of opinion matters.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you know what? I didn't see it that way. Or you know what? You were crazy for thinking that way, but baby, that's your right. You think
right.
You
and then yo pick one.
And then it just makes me appreciate the show more. And I enjoy having conversations with it. That's why I really enjoy when people come in the comments and have conversations with us. That's why I really enjoy when I find people who watch Drag Race, because I found out there was one coworker I knew watched Drag Race, but I found out more coworkers watch Drag Race. So that's more conversations, and you know, just anyway, the reviewers are just as big as part of the community as well. So I would love to see somebody who reviews the show as a judge. Let's continue. So Carson Gailey, I lived.
Wait, I was confused. I was like, who is this for a minute? Because he really looked like him. Them clothes. Oh my God, those clothes,
I thought it
bro.
was him at first. I'm finna say, baby, they done dug him out from under the grave. Well,
Okay, because he
he's the
done
host
watched
on
this.
The Voice, so we still see him all the time. But still, like, I was like, this is cute. Go ahead, Carson, you did that. So let's talk about Mr. the team of Monet Exchange, Shea Coulee, Trinity the Tuck, and Raja Gemini. What did you think of this group overall?
The group was good. The song was not my favorite.
So
I know you're gonna have something to say about that.
Yeah, so I'm assuming if you were in this workroom and you had to choose a team, you would have chose Together Forever.
No, okay, look. If I was like, nope, I want to win, da 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 da, I probably would have chose this group just because that's a lot of heavy hitters in one group.
Not even the heavy hitters, just from listening to the song, and you had a choice to be in either one. Which one of you would have chosen?
I would have chosen
Together Forever.
I probably would have chose Together Forever, but then again, you got to think about it. I was an NSYNC fan, and Together Forever is giving me NSYNC vibes.
And I don't know what it was about Titanic. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, yes, I would have chose Titanic. Titanic is the group I would have fought for. And if I was Vivi, I would have fought to get in here. But anyway, Titanic, and in my opinion, they were the better of the two groups.
Oh, this is so funny because I thought the other, like, performance-wise, yes, they were better. Song-wise, I like the other group better.
Song-wise, performance-wise, they gave me girl group from 2000. They had a cohesive look. Like, overall, I was thoroughly impressed by Mr. Now, don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the other girls too. Like, that group was amazing as well. Like, I'm not saying I hated that.
I mean, and they give me, like, Destiny's Child. What's that one from the UK?
Spice Girls?
No.
Little Mix?
That one.
Okay.
They give me Little Mix vibes.
Hey, don't disrespect Little Mix like that no more. My feelings got hurt. My feelings got hurt, honey.
I am sick. And I cannot think straight because normally I'd have been able to come up with it.
Yeah.
But, like, half of my brain is muddled. And I am surprised I am able to give you the energy I'm giving you, but that's probably because the Theraflu and the Sudafed are kicking in.
And that's okay. As soon as we're done here, you can go back to sleep. I appreciate you getting up. Because I can't say if it was, I would have got up. I've been severally sick. But anyway, I preferred this group. But let's get into these individual performances. Monet Exchange killed it.
Yes.
Killed it.
Them big old toes.
Oh, leave her toes alone. This was a good episode for Monet Exchange, so I'm really shocked about some of the placements, but we'll discuss.
Yeah.
Next is Trinity the Tuck. I didn't mind her in this. Typically I don't like it when she has the right verses because her verses are usually boo-boo garbage. But this, and when she did for Legends, that was a good one too. I'm like, okay, ma'am, you came prepared this time. You're like, listen, y'all not finna clock me for not being able to write some lyrics the third time. Because I sure clocked, baby, that category is still like the worst verse I've ever heard from anybody. That was just, my God. But yes, I thought Trinity did it. And she looks so good.
She does look good. Only thing I didn't like about her performance, and I guess that's maybe because I didn't realize that was what she was supposed to be. I didn't realize she was supposed to be a crazy fan.
Yeah.
I was like, what are the tear streaks for?
Yeah, because even in the lyrics, she was talking about how she was in love with Justin. So it's just like, I really appreciated it. Up next is Shea motherfucking Coulee.
Yes.
Baby, I forget the line, but she said, is your CD skipping? I'm like,
God, didn't you hate that? For those of you who are ancient like me, didn't you hate that?
I hated it, but baby, the references. And Monet was good too, because she was referencing a lot of things from the early 2000s as well. It was such a good job from Shay. Honestly, everybody did a pretty good job.
They all did really good as far as verses were concerned, honestly.
So
and you know, Shay did come through with the money piece around the face.
oh my goodness. And Raja, before we even talk about her performance,
that outfit is fucking gorgeous.
The makeup. How is she the oldest queen but looks the youngest?
Right. I was like, she don't even look like she's in her 40s right there.
My goodness.
Like, maybe mid-30s, but not her 40s.
I'm like, she is the makeup, like this season's really reminding me the artist that Raja is.
Yes.
Like God damn, she's been doing so good on this runway.
Look, and then the makeup is just right. It's giving very 2000.
Right, and it fits whatever she got going on.
Right, but it's still giving very 2000s because you know she's got like the unblended highlighter on the eyes.
Yes, like
the really dark tan.
She was this girl. This was her in the early 2000s. You can't tell me it wasn't.
There are still some queens who bronze just a little too much.
But yeah, overall Titanic. I really enjoyed.
You know what was missing for me? What was missing for me was like a moment. You know what I'm talking about.
This is not Drag Race UK season 3.
They needed like a catchy little something.
Yeah. But this moment right here where she was pretending to be off the side the edge of the boat, I'm like,
rose off the side of the boat.
It's so smart that she put the phone in. I'm like, girl, it's just the small things like that that just really cemented it for me for this group. I lived, I loved, and I laughed. This was just so good, so good. So now let's move on to the other girls, which was the team of Evie Alley, Jinx Monsoon, The Vivienne, and Jada Essence Hall. What did you think of Together Forever?
I loved the song. The look would have been cohesive if it had all been pink. Jada kind of messed it up with her purple. Because other than that, technically it's still a cohesive look because everybody's in a bodysuit. But that's the stretch. That's like searching for something that's cohesive. And then you don't get you don't get the robot vibe from Evie until
the end. And I'm like, if you're gonna do the robot, give it to us throughout the whole thing. Have small little hints to the fact, wait, is she a robot?
Well, I mean, the way she was approaching the stage with the arms going or whatever, and then midway was like passing out or whatever, but it's like, it's still, if we hadn't seen the behind the scenes and you was just watching this on YouTube, you wouldn't know that she was supposed to be a robot till she got wound up towards the end.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, she should have incorporated some little quirks or something to make us think, wait, is that a robot? So
right, and you'd have thought she would put some of that into, you were like,
yes.
Then she should have incorporated some of the quote unquote mechanics into her makeup.
Even that, I would have worked with either one. But let's talk about these individual performances. Up first is the Vivienne.
She did so good.
Oh my God. She did amazing. I busted out laughing at her performance.
I did too.
Like that,
as much as I could without dying first.
It was so good. And one thing I really enjoyed about Viv is she commanded the stage.
Yes.
Even at the end, when she walked up to each one of them queens and interacted with them, and it's just like she owned that moment. She owned that stage. Like, she did an amazing job here.
And I gotta give the Vivienne applause because
we remember the girl group challenge from UK1. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, there's that. And then, for her to have not wanted to
girl group redemption, because remember last week I was working.
Right.
So
And for her to not want to be in the group that she was in and to just accept it, I'm glad that she killed it.
yeah, she did an amazing job.
Which might be part of the reason why I was like, no, I think this group did better anyway.
I still think the first group did better, but I feel like these two, Vivian and now Jada, oh my gosh.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Jada was like, I'm a rap this time.
She said, I'm not going to play with y'all. And the verse was funny. Her performance was good. Like, you could tell.
And I love her dedication to the bit.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell she's taking what she's learned from working in Vegas. Because if you remember, she wasn't really the best, when it came to movements her season.
Yes.
So you can tell she's taken her experience from working in Vegas on Drag Race Live. And it's just, she did such an amazing job here.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites from this group.
Yes, and I love how dedicated she was to her performance. I don't know what it is about her and the poop and the pee jokes,
But they worked.
But they work.
Yeah, it worked.
We're gonna be explosive. Like, okay.
Up next is Jinx Monsoon. I thought she did a good job.
Yeah. I didn't quite get her thing. Was she trying to incorporate Jada's purple with the necklace? Is that what that was for?
Maybe. But yeah, I know she was supposed to be the older member of the group, but I still really didn't get that until the end.
I didn't get it at all until they said it in critiques.
Yeah, like I felt like she didn't do bad. She just did a good job. She did a
right.
And then Evie Oddly. Again,
it was hilarious.
Her verse was so good, but
yes,
the actual performance for me was lacking because we discussed this earlier. We didn't know she was a robot until the end.
Right.
I feel like she could have incorporated some more movements of robot, and you said she possibly could have had some makeup. But these robots are starting to look more realistic, so like that would have been cool for the makeup, but. Well, no, the 2000 robots, you would have been able to tell it was a robot. So I agree. Like, it should have been more. Like, she did good, but sold us this fantasy and I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if it at the very least of anything, like, I don't know, obviously, they don't know too much until they get there. And so everything's just kind of like vague. But somewhere in somebody's arsenal, one of these seasons, get you a fiber optic wig. Especially if you're an alt queen. Get you a fiber optic wig and put it in there. Because if she'd had some fiber optics just coming down her face off the side of that wig, I'd be like, yeah, she's a robot. Especially since in the early 2000s, fiber optics was the thing. It was like, oh, yeah, your internet is streaming through fiber optic cables and fiber optics.
Internet. I love the dial-up reference in her verse.
Yes.
Like I said, the verse was great. Like, I love the verse. But we could have critiqued a few more things. We could have cleaned up a few more things. But overall, I thought they did a really good job. And then I laughed when when Jinx fell right there. That just really. That took me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I busted out laughing at that. I'm like, because honestly, even if this wasn't like a thing, I can see Jinx really doing this.
Right.
So
like, wait, my heel, it's unbalanced. Woo!
Like, I thought this was a real cute ending. So for the runaway, we have the Knights of $1,000 Dolly Partons.
Yes.
So we've had to do a Vanna White look and a Dolly Parton look all in one season.
That's a lot of blonde wigs.
A lot of blonde wigs, honey. But let's get into it. Up first is Monet Exchange. This is the reference she was going for. And here's what she did. Amazing.
I love it.
Hold on.
Yes, no complaints.
No complaints. None. Mwah.
None.
Mwah.
Perfect.
Up next is Trinity the Tuck. This is her reference, and then this is the full photo. Again, Trinity does drag.
Yes.
Trinity does drag.
I wish she would have went with something besides a red lip. But other than that, yes.
She does it. Up next is Shea Coulee. Now, don't get
This
me
was
wrong,
questionable.
she got the look down. She did.
Right.
If we're gonna do Night of $1,000, you need to do the heavy hitters.
Right.
The heavy hitters. Lord, I was watching the pit stop earlier. But I agreed. Like when I saw Shay's look, I'm like, why didn't you pick a more popular Dolly look? Like it's good to be different, but like if they wouldn't have shown the reference photo, I would have not known this was Dolly.
Okay.
But everybody else, I'm like, oh, that's a Dolly look. Oh yeah, that's a Dolly look.
I really wish somebody would have did her best little whorehouse in Texas look.
Yeah, that would have been cute if somebody would have done that. Up next is Raja. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Up next is
Raja. Raja. Like Raja. Just so up next is the Vivian. Baby, if she didn't look like Dolly.
Okay.
I was like, all right, Dolly. I thought it was her for a second.
Okay. She had the makeup down, the face.
One thing about Vivian, she's a good impersonator.
Yeah.
Like she knows how to take the essence of a person and give it to you. And she did that. That was and for her to say she don't wear blue, she shows worn a lot of blue this season.
I really wish she'd have took the makeup and brought it down to her breastplate.
Oh, I didn't even notice the breastplate was a different shade until you said something. Huh. Up next is Jada. I like this. But this
I loved it.
Another one, if this reference photo wasn't here, I would have not known that was Dolly. Again, same thing to say about Shay. You should have done a more of a popular look. I know you want to be a little different, but like, I would have gave you. I forgot to tell y'all. I would have gave y'all Dolly when she showed up in the season 9 finale. I want to say she shot a little clip for the season 9, 10, 11 finale. One of them finales. I would have recreated that look. I meant to go get that screenshot, but I completely forgot. Up next is Jinx Monsoon. This walk that she gave, they all gave, but it was too cute. Overall, really enjoyed this look. She came out, even without looking at the photo, I'm like, yep, this is Dolly. This is Dolly from the 80s. This is beautiful. What did you think of this look?
I thought she did good. It gave very Dolly.
Yeah. Up next is Evie Alley. And Miss Evie Alley, I like this look here.
Yes.
I like
skinty legs and all.
Skinny legs, honey. Woo! Look at those skinny legs. But that was the look, honey. That was the look. So out of these queens, who had your favorite look of the week?
If I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm gonna say the Vivian.
And I'm gonna say Monet Exchange. Like
that was my other choice.
The Vivian and Monet, like,
and like as far as like verses are concerned, if you're taking the challenge into it, I think theirs were better. And it's like, what were these choices that were made?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it straight up. The way I would have looked at this, I would have had somebody from each group. So I would have chose Monet, who I think did the best in the group and the best out of her group when it comes to the Dolly look. And I would have chose Vivian because she did the best in her group.
Yes.
And did the best Dolly look. Now, at first, when I first watched it, I'm like, oh, Jada should be up there. But the Dolly look for me, I took some points off of that Dolly look because it didn't give me Dolly if I didn't see the reference photo.
It gave me Dolly, and I would have put Jada up there, but I still think Vivian should have been up there.
Because I was torn between Vivian and Jada, and that was kind of like my tiebreaker. I'm like, well, Vivian gave me Dolly.
Right.
Jada gave Dolly, but I had to see the photo before I realized it was Dolly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was like, okay, so Vivian, Monet is the top two, and we're half right. The top two of the week is the Vivian and Evie Alley.
Right, which was a choice.
But because Vivian is blocked, she didn't get a legendary legend star.
Right.
And then Evie went from having no stars to 2 stars in one episode.
Right.
I'm like, girl, I like how this. I would be the happiest person in the world. I'm like, I had no stars at the beginning of this week. Now I got 2.
Hey.
But yeah, I didn't particularly agree with Evie being there. She did do a great job. So like, I'm not completely upset, but I am confused. I will say that I am confused. So they lip sync to Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like That? And fun fact, this was actually supposed to be the lip sync that Roxy Andrews and Miss Cracker had on All Stars 5.
Oh.
But Roxy declined it because they called her and told her, hey, this is going to be your song. And she's like, okay, no, thank you. And hung up. So they called her back and said, okay, how about Ariana Grande? So I'm glad to see that they used the song. It took them 2 years, but they still used the song again. So what did you think of Why Did You Come In Here Looking Like That by Dolly Parton? What did you think of this lip sync?
I thought the Vivian did very well.
Baby, the Vivian was Dolly.
Yes.
This moment right here, I'm like, oh, she won. She won. She gave you Dolly. If you can't tell by the screenshots, she gave you Dolly, okay? Evie, she knew she
gave you.
She knew she
something.
Could the Vivian. Because as soon as I found out it was a Dolly song, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Evie.
Right.
The other song, Evie would have flipped, flip, dip, split, kick, bump, bump, and done what she need to do. But a song like this, you can't do all that too. And she tried her best. I don't want to say she did bad, but the Vivian really this was her moment.
Mm-hmm.
It was Dolly. And this little
do-si-do.
I lived. Oh, it was so good. But the winner of the lip sync is the Vivian. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
I do as well. So out of this lineup, who would you have blocked?
Okay, not knowing what I know about the next week.
Yeah, not knowing what's happening next week. I agree with Vivian. I would have done Jinx because she has stars.
Right.
Everybody else has, Jada. But then again, Jada's playing a really good game.
Is she gonna save her way to the top?
Maybe. But yeah, she got the plunger out and she gave it to Jinx Monsoon, which I fully agree. Next week's the design challenge. So yeah, wrong person to block.
Yes, because then it should have been Jada or Trinity.
Jada, Trinity, even Roger, because Roger did a really good job at the design challenge. But hey, we're gonna have to wait around and see what happens there. But let's go ahead and wrap things up, honey. Where can they find you on the social medias?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
Thank y'all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see y'all shortly with our Canada's Drag Race Meet the Queens reaction review, whatever you want to call it. Bye.